Hi.
Hello, ma'am.
Yeah, hello. Happy to see you.
Yes, ma'am. Usually, actually, I used to see all the previous messages for them, but it's correct. It's a dinner time, la. அதனால
Yeah, yeah.
எப்படியாவது slip ஆயிடும்.
Okay, okay. Yeah, yeah. I
So,
think. So we'll
and
start
this time
the
I
session
thought,
now. Yeah, this is
yes,
happy
yes,
to see you both of us, Jodi and both of you all to be here. So I think you can see my screen. Are you able to see?
yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So today is a topic that I've chosen because many of them were, some of them were asking doubts about this. So I thought this mindful parenting, of course, grown-up children also, not only teenagers, grown-up children, some are. So how to, really develop a relationship. So then it will be a 40-minute session today. So you can interact with me if you want any doubt, keep it in yourself. Once you finish session by 30 minutes, at the end of it, 10 seconds, 10 minutes, I'll give you time. You can ask me questions, okay? So I'm going to give you practical methods because I have adult children. I know how difficult it is to develop a relationship. So can you tell me what is mindful? So any idea that, exactly what is mindful? You have an idea, right? Mindfulness, all of us know. Like being in the present moment is not the right answer, actually. Bringing your presence in the present moment and, with self awareness. So, what is self awareness? Self awareness is nothing, it is able to experience what is happening in the present moment. You're allowing to experience whatever is happening at that moment, you are allowing to experience it. That is self awareness. So when here I'm going to start with one method which is very important for co-regulation of teenagers. So before that, I want to write down your issue that you're having with your son or daughter in a book right now. Okay, write down what is the problem that you're facing with your son and daughter, or only son or daughter, anyone. Please write down the issue. Write down or be very specific. Okay, I'm going to help you how to solve it. So now suppose you have a problem with your son or daughter where they're not listening to you. They are like, there's a cutoff, like they don't cooperate with you. So this is one method which you can use. The reason is, when you are very calm as a mother, when you're very calm, your nerve system is regulated. You know what happens? That will support your teenager or the adult children. It will help to co-regulate because I'll repeat again. Remember very carefully. Remember this, very important. Your conscious mind is the mother. That is you, the mother, okay, for yourself. And the subconscious, that is your body is your subconscious. So the brain has two parts, the conscious, subconscious, okay? The brain has two parts. All of us know this. The conscious mind, subconscious mind. So conscious mind is the mother and the subconscious mind is the body. So just like, so now you are the mother for your body. So now you take care of yourself, right? Now, same way, your children, they have to take care of themselves only. You cannot parent them. You can never parent them always. After the age of 13 or 14, you have to allow them. But now when they're not listening to you, suppose they're not connecting with you, they're not sitting and talking with you, they're not just moving away. See, they don't respect, that is different. They don't respect you. Just allow them. After some time, when you have time, you can ask them permission. Can I sit and talk with you? If they're not willing, leave it off. Utrunga. Just allow them. They're not willing. But there will be a moment. Suppose they want to talk to you. That time when you sit and do this method. Pause and regulate. So what I'm trying to say is, if your nerve system is very calm, you are regulating your children nerve system. You are helping your child, their mind to come calm. So, hereafter, whenever you are going and talking to your child, before confronting them, ஏதாவது பிரச்சனை இருக்கு, some problem is coming up, and you want to talk to them, I want you to first regulate yours. Pause for a moment. Don't react. Just pause and then take a 3 deep breath. So you can go and tell them, I can notice you. Very important. Use his words. Don't ever say, you are very arrogant. You're very bad. Your behavior is very bad. You're doing like that. You're doing like this. No. If you're going to tell this, you're cutting off from your child. So instead of telling that, instead of telling them finding fault, like நீ இப்படி பண்ற, நீ சரியில்லை, நீ அப்படி பண்ற, you are not this, you are not that. Instead of that, I can see you. It's not about you, it's about your child. So you're going to regulate your emotions before talking to your children. Okay? So you can say that, உன்னை பார்த்தா, somewhat ஒரு மாதிரி இருக்கே. You want to talk about it? Even if it's a 10-year-old or 13-year-old or even 30-year-old, got it? So this is called emotional regulation. This is mindful parenting. So because when I say mindful, it means that you are able to be conscious about what is happening within you. It's not about controlling your children. It's not about changing your children. No, it is not your job. Your job is not to go and change them. No, your job is only to change yourself. And since change means shifting from the disturbed to the or reactant to the calm mode. Okay, that is the first step for you. So just note down this, all of you. So before you could go and tell them to be calm, before you could tell your children to stop getting angry, I want you to start doing this. The second one. So before correcting other person, suppose you want to correct them, like they are doing something wrong. Okay, and it is not right. Okay, you know very well what you're doing is not right. I'll give you an example. Like someone is behaving very arrogant or not completing, not doing the way that you expect them. So instead of going and telling them, you should have done this, you should have done this, trying to correct with them, because what will happen is the moment you go and correct them, what will happen? They will disconnect with you, because no one likes someone to come and correct them. Even you also, someone comes and correct you, what do you say? Because listen carefully, because your body has emotions. Your body is the one, which is a vessel, which is feeling. So you have this feeling of right, I am right, because the emotions make you feel that way. And being right is not the ultimate goal. If you're going to be right, you're not going to get peace and love. You're not going to be happy at all. Only when you feel loved inside your body, you'll be very happy. Okay? I just see. If you want to put the chat box, any doubt here, I'll just watch your chat box also. Okay? If you have any doubt, okay. So, because you're just right doesn't mean that you'll be winning or you're a winner. Nothing you'll get. But if you're going to feel loved inside, you're going to vibrate in a higher frequency, and you're going to help your children also. In fact, I would say. So only focus on your feelings, okay? So that will help to strengthen your bond. So before correcting their behavior, I want to connect with them. So how do you connect with them? So, like for example, they repeat something wrong, like they don't clean the room, or they don't behave the particular way. You go to them and tell, I notice, or I can see that, I can hear. Always use your five senses, because let them know that you are not judging them. You are not using the mind. You are using only your heart. In the sense, you're using your five senses. I can hear you saying like this. I can see you like this. I can feel you like this. So always be very authentic, be very truthful, very genuine. In that way, they will connect with you. Okay, that is what I'm trying to say here. If you have a doubt, please ask me right now if you have a doubt here. Because grown-up children, they don't need solution. They need only connection. They know, but somewhere they are disconnected within themselves. They are dissociated. So they're not able to take action. And when you are there as a catalyst, as a support system, your presence, remember your presence. What is your presence? Is your presence in disturbance, or is your presence in, what to say, calmness? in fulfillment, in happiness, in joy. If your presence is going to be that, that is going to help them to find a solution for themselves. Okay. So go next to them and tell them that I noticed that your room was like this. So what can we do? Okay. In that way, they may cooperate, they may not cooperate. It's okay. But at least they will know that my mother intended to come and talk to me. So no ignoring, no kind of what to say, no over advising, no advice also. Never give advice, please. Okay. So the third one. So I'm just giving all the method that you can try to use, because here, as I told you, you are not here to change your children. I'll make it very clear. You are not here to change your children. You are only here to evolve yourself through your children. Whenever you see something wrong in your child, it is reflecting something resistance in you. I'll give an example. Suppose your child is, maybe your child is like, what to say, he believes that, what is it? He believes that, okay, he may, yeah, okay, no one respects me. Okay, suppose he comes and says you that, mommy, that person, comparing, suppose, mommy, that person is comparing, you're comparing at me, or appa is comparing, or someone is comparing at me, and you say, no, 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 mommy, I'm okay only, but you like sister only, or you like appa only. So somewhere he's comparing and he's feeling very low about himself, or, and they come and complain to you, like, they feel inferior. And you will get very agitated. You will say, like, no, 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 you are very, I love you so much. I love you and your sister also. I love, she and you. And like, nothing will convince them, because they are feeling it. And that feeling is not something wrong. It is true. It is true for them. But it is not a fact. I repeat again. It is true for them. But அது உங்களுக்கு உண்மைதான். But it is not a fact. It is not always a truth. So now if you go and tell them that, no, no, you're important for me, don't compare like that, they'll never listen. So in that case, you have to ask yourself, where is it that feeling of, not insignificant, not feeling important is in you? That's what I'm telling. So your children are here to reflect what is that missing in you, what is that in you. So take this an opportunity. Okay. Now coming to the third one here. The 90-second rule. So 90-second rule, what does it mean is any emotion that comes into your body, whatever emotion, because emotions are, I won't say emotions are bad. No. Emotions are good. The reason I'll tell you. Because without emotion, you will never know where you are. You will never know what is happening inside you. So they are like a guidepost. They are indicators. But they are not the fact. They'll just give information for you. So I want you to understand that where are you? For example, I felt one day I remember, I was feeling very unworthy about myself. And only when I felt that I'm very unworthy, I was able to help myself to feel worthy. So when I said, okay, what is worthy for me? No, I feel worthy only when I feel that I'm able to contribute something for people, or I'm able to be available. So I asked myself, what is that gap I found it? And then I started to work on myself. So how can I feel worthy? So what makes me feel worthy? So there are 3-4 things, like, understanding that I can never feel worthy till I go to the grave. What does it mean? I can never feel enough, good enough. Good enough is something like you can never feel at all. It is something always burning inside. But then I decide myself, I'm going to accept myself for who I am. And then everything started to change. So that's why we have to know that. So triggers, if your child is getting angry or very, upset, or it will only last for 1.5 minutes, 90 seconds. So what you do is, when you observe that, you don't react. Never react it. So you just acknowledge and accept it. Don't try to, go be. Always accept the moment. The moment, whatever happens, accept it. Don't try to fight with it. Because the moment you fight, what will happen? there's resistance, and then there's an argument, and only one person win, other person never win. That should not happen actually. Okay. So always wait for some time. If someone is getting, like I used to do when my husband gets angry, or I never respond to him. I'll never respond because I know very well if I'm going to talk that time, it is a waste of time, or maybe it is like unnecessary because they are not in the sense. They're not in sense. They're not in the present moment. So always be there, but be in awareness and be silent. This will always prevent, to become worst. But many people I've seen, when, including me also have done that. What happens sometimes when someone talks to you and they get agitated, that is your children get agitated, and immediately you get agitated, you get disturbed. So what happens, it becomes more and more severe. So next time I want to follow this 90-second rule. So how many of you are willing to follow this 90-second rule? Just put a chat box, me. I just want to see. Are you willing to put, what to say? Willing to practice 90-second rule for yourself, for others? Okay, Jyoti and Smita. Yeah, because the scientific finding that any emotion is only 90 seconds. So wait for it. It subsides in the body. Okay. So the next one is, how do you, what do you say? See, I'll tell you something. On the spot, don't go and practice anything. Very important. You have to, you have to train your mind. Okay. So, usually I've seen people, including me also, like, now I have a long conversation with my son. Before, earlier, I remember, I could not have a conversation because he was very disturbed. My son was very disturbed. So what happened was I was not able to connect with him. And therefore, it's important that some people, even with your husband or your children or anyone, we cannot have a conversation for a long time. Some people say, oh my God, I cannot talk to them. The reason is the moment you start talking, what happens? You have a conflict. Correct? They will say something, you will say something, and then there'll be a fight. So instead of that, very important is go to your person, go to your children. Very, very important here. Listen carefully. Whether it is your adult children or a teenage, sit with them and ask them, tell me a time where we could sit and talk, where there is no electronic, there is no TV, there's no phone, nothing is there, where I could connect with you, where I could discuss, no advice, no giving advice at all. And then tell them, I'm available at this time. Like if you're working, so tell them like, I'm available at Thursday or Tuesday. Like what I do is I tell my son, like how I spend with my husband is morning coffee time. So we have to have a time mutually where you can have a small talk, and that moment alone, just for 2 minutes, 5 minutes alone, where you have a heart-to-heart conversation. And, no need to come with your conclusion. Never come with your conclusion. Some people always talk about conclusion, like, I think like this only. I know you did like this only. Because of this only. No, don't have any conclusion. I want all of you to type this first of all. Because the more you come into conclusion about anyone or about any world, this world, you are doomed. You are gone. Because if you are going to come to a conclusion, நீங்க ஒரு முடிவுக்கு வந்தீங்கன்னா இப்படிதான் அப்படிதான் இதுதான் அப்படின்னா what will happen? You form a fixed mindset. So always never label, never come to a conclusion. So I want to type it in the chat box. This is very important learning because I've seen, even I have done the same mistake. I have done this. Then I stopped doing this. I never come to a conclusion. Maybe if at all, like for example, I see someone, oh, they're so soft natured. Oh, they're so wonderful. That is something which you form an impression. So forming an impression is okay, but no conclusion. Okay. So then you can ask yourself, you can ask the child, now coming back to this, how to have a mindful talk. See, this mindful talk is very powerful. I want all of you all to set a time. Go back today, sit with your child, whether adult or teenage. Ask them, you can tell like this, I'm available so and so time. What time are you available? Can we have a, short talk every day? And this talk is not going to be advice. I'm not going to advise. I'm going to control you. Tell them very clearly. You can ask them, what made you happy? என்னது இன்னைக்கு எது உன்னை வந்து made you very happy? இன்னைக்கு எது உன்னை சந்தோஷப்படுத்துச்சு? How was the day going for you? Or what disturbed you? உன்னை எது disturb பண்ணிச்சு நீ? Or what was it difficult for you? Or what was easy for you? இந்த மாதிரி open question. Don't ask close question. Like, இன்னைக்கு day நல்லா இருந்துச்சா? No, don't ask like that. Then they say yes or no. சாப்பிட்டியா? Yes or no. No. How was the food today? What do you think your teacher would, what do you love about your teacher? Like that. Ask open question. So the moment you ask open question, your children will start connecting with you. Maybe not for some time, maybe later on, slowly they'll start. So another one is don't fix them. I think many of them, this parent have this problem. I don't know how many of you have this. We try to fix them, I had this problem. I used to go and tell them, oh my God, they're doing something wrong. Let me fix it. Then I learned myself to allow them to be, do mistake. The reason is, I'll tell you, what happens is, if you go on trying to fix them, what will happen? You take the responsibility and they'll never take the responsibility at all. And so, I don't know who's Akshita anyway. Later on, I'll check with the other. So instead of, fixing them, it's important that you just listen to them. I'm telling you honestly, guys, this is something which I'm giving you because after, say now I'm 58, okay? So many years, I have learned this lesson. I've been fixing a lot of time. Then I realized, if I'm going to be there, I'm not going to be available. Are you going to be available? Listen carefully. Are you going to be available always? After you leave the world, who will take care? Who will take care? So you're going to be there for them. So what you can best do is, instead of fixing for them, if they ask you, then well and good. If they come and ask, Mommy, I don't know what to do. Mommy, please let me know. Please help me. Then you do it. But unless, never fix them. Never fix for them. Just observe them. Just observe. And listen. This is the best gift you can give. So this is called mindful 5-minute talk. Okay? Today, start practicing this. How many of you are willing to do this? If you're willing, put chat me. Oh, Logeshwari. Okay. I don't know whose that name was. Okay, Akshita is your no. So if you're willing to decide the mindful talk. So talk about mindful talk is, you're very mindful while talking to your children, conversing. And this will develop a very strong bonding with your children. So how many of you are willing to go for mindful talk? Just put me in a chat box if you're willing to develop a very... Lastly, we'll have a small exercise. I want to practice, okay? All of you are. Now, so what is this digital boundary? I think you all know this. Very careful, okay? So all of us know this, always in the phone and they are in the TV or something, whatever, or games, whatever. So it is a major conflict. That's what I added this year. So instead of telling them, don't watch TV, don't go for this, don't do for that, what you can do is you can start setting boundaries with them, with your children. So how to do that? The first step is you can ask them permission, first of all. So listen carefully, this is very important. You must tell them that how much concern you are. So I feel, you feel, what can we do? Like you can say that I feel, very concerned, if you continue like playing games like this or in the phone always, what will happen is your studies will go down or whatever, the consequence you can tell them. So I'm very concerned about it. But you are like, you love to do that. You love to do that. You are doing it without any, ஒரு நேரம் போது தெரியாமே நீங்க பண்றீங்க. You are doing it without even awareness. So tell me, what can we do? And then involve them. So ask them, okay, what can we do? And then that is where you connect with them. So instead of directly controlling them, telling them no dining table, no phone, what you can do is always let it be mutual. So you can again have a discussion, like telling them, okay, how can we minimize, like your husband, like what we do is earlier, not now. Now my children all are settled now. We used to put the phone in the, a place, in a particular place at 10 o'clock. So we all have a condition, like, let us put the phone there, or while eating, let the phone be there, or after 11 o'clock, you discuss with them. Then you tell them, if they're willing only, if they don't willing, you cannot do anything. Or my daughter used to tell, whenever I talk with her, the phone should not be there with her. So I just put my phone away. This is just a way of showing that we respect them. So instead of telling them, we start following it. So that is what we can do. And another one is, see, how do you model them? Like when they start observing you, being more available for them without the TV or without thing. Not only that, actually, it's not only about showing them, it's actually you are being authentic. You are thinking, you are feeling and saying. So you can also go and tell them that don't use a phone, don't use mobile. Because I know all of you remember the Gandhiji's story, no? I think all of you know that Gandhiji was once walking down, and someone on the one mother called and told Gandhiji, come on, come and please. This girl is not is always eating sweets. Please come and advise this girl. And Gandhi said, oh, I am so sorry. I will come back after 3 weeks. And she was like, what this man is not coming and giving advice at all. And he went away. And then what happened? He came after 3 weeks or 1 month he came. And then he came and advised her. She was asking, why Gandhiji, that day I called you, you didn't even ignore, you ignored, I went away. And then he said, I went and I didn't eat for 3 weeks. I didn't eat sweets. And now I can come and advise that girl that don't eat sweets. So like that, this is the point here. So it is more authenticity, the children will start respecting you. When you are being authentic, you can talk with authority, or else no authority is there. So come on, all of you write down here right now. So whenever, your mindset is very important. Before parenting your children, how is your mindset? So when you see your children are rebelling you, they're not listening to you, it's not that they are doing wrong. No, they are showing their individuality. Okay. So they are trying to, they are having their own identity. They are creating identity. So your mindset is very important. How you perceive, how you see the perspective. Okay, that is very important here. So I want to take a paper and book, and we have only 5 more minutes, I think. So we have 11 more minutes remaining. Yeah. So what you can do is take one problem. So like, for example, you are given second step, you are given here. My teenage doesn't respect. Instead of telling, I won't take that one issue. Remember, I told you take an issue there. So just check and see what thought is coming. What is your mindset? What are you telling about the child? What are you thinking about the child? Be honest. Now, instead of telling they don't respect me, they are learning to voice their opinion. அவங்க கொள்கைகள், அவங்களுடைய கருத்துக்களை வெளியெடுத்துறாங்க. That's it. So you are now shifting the way they're talking about the person. And when you have good thoughts for the other person, definitely, what happens is they will also cooperate, actually. That's the truth, actually. So I want all of you all to, I'm going to stop here this thing. Identify, write down in your paper, in your book, write down one problem that you're facing with your child. All of you take one problem. And now this is called reframe technique. Okay, reframe. So what is reframe here is, for example, if one of your, your child is, as I told you, like how adamant they are, very adamant. Very adamant. So you will say, like, you'll tell to anyone, that is a label you're putting. Don't put a label. The more you put a label, the more you come into a conclusion, they start living into it. Like my mother, when I remember, she used to keep on telling, I will lose certain things, not everything. But she started telling me I'm careless. And that really impacted me. In my life, I had this in my head. I am careless, and I lose. Then I had to remove that program, that belief that I'm not careless. I'm very careful. I'm very responsible. And it really affected me. So I want to, all of you, the mother, being responsible mothers, you never bring that label or that conclusion on your child. You may ask me, then how would I see my child? You just see them as they are. Be very specific. Like suppose, for example, now they are very adamant. Instead of telling adamant, they have their own determination and willpower. What a wonderful quality they have. Appreciate it. You understand? If you have a doubt, please ask me. I'm here to correct you. I'm going to help you. And then, uh, third step, I want to write down what is the need. What is the child's unmet need? Why they adamant? Come on, tell me now. Any one of you can tell me. Why some children are very adamant? There is something which is not met. Some unmet need is there. ஒரு தேவை ஒன்று பூர்த்தி ஆகல. Something is not satisfied. What is that need? Can anyone tell me? If any one child is adamant, any one of your child is adamant, what could be the unmet need? You know, every behavior is because that is every misbehavior. I'm telling you, every misbehavior, any misbehavior is only because there is an unmet need. There is some needs are not met for the child, and they're trying to crave. They are trying to fulfill through you power, good power, and anything else? Any other ideas? I think Logesh has given power. I just checked it. Yeah. Anything else people are wanting? I'll tell you one important thing here. This is it's a scientific, it's a research done. They found that people are getting very angry. People are very angry. Children will get angry. You know what is the purpose? Is they found is the primary reason. Their values are missing there. They have some value. The child has a value. Like, for example, they want to be respected, like how she's saying, the power. So they wanted to, have the power. They want to take a decision. They want to be included. But that is missing there. So that is what they are showing, the anger and frustration, everything. So once you address it, the anger will go away. Okay? So write down that, all of you. If you have any doubt, please ask me right now. How to reframe. So they are so strong-willed. They have strong. I'll tell you something honestly. When I was growing up, I was very stubborn. And I used to get nice whacking. But then later on, I realized I had that willpower. Today, like I get up at 4:30 means I will say, I want to get up at 4:30, I get up at 4:30. I have the willpower. So don't worry if any of your children is very adamant. Okay? They're going to be wonderful beings. Okay? And there are children who never listen to you. So what does it mean to you? It doesn't mean they are very bad. It doesn't mean they are going to become bad or something. It means that they want to be heard actually. They want to be heard. They have a unique idea. They have a unique thought process. And that is what they want they want others to look into that perspective. So what you can do is you can you just look into them and just observe it. Don't try to change them. Okay? So anyone wants to guidance, please ask me. We have only 6 more minutes. You can ask your doubts here. Come on. You can ask. No one is coming into camera. What is this? Hello? You can come into the camera and ask me. Or if you want, you can use out the camera, you can ask me. I can answer you. Not showing empathy, then how to make learn. Empathy means you're telling the child is not having empathy. Don't come to a conclusion. Empathy is very big bird, Tell me honestly, the child is not having 100% empathy. Is it true, say Smita? Is the child is not 100%?
No, not 100%. No,
So
definitely.
that way, instead of labeling that, can you tell me more specific? Here, because I'll tell you one thing very important, listen carefully. Whatever you think here, whatever you think, you are vibrating, this message is, since you're connected with the child, very much you're connected, no? So this thought process will reach the child. So instead of telling that, can you tell me, how could I help my son to become empathetic? Tell me, Smita. What answer you will get? How can I get my son?
No, I'm not getting any answer.